The fight, Keith, Danny broke down in the ring. It was like a rare picture to see a fighter do that. You know, he was teary eyed and he opened up about his anxiety and his depression and the pressure that boxers and athletes feel. You mentioned just a while ago about your own case of depression that you went through. Just want to get your comments on Danny opening up, and then if you want to just chime in on that.
Yeah, man. When you're trying to be elite, when you have these high expectations and you want to do so many great things in life, falling short of greatness, it can just bring you down, and how great are we to be some of the most entertaining fighters in the fight industry today, right? So it's the pressure, it's the self-image, it's the expectations coming from ourselves, coming from possibly others, but mostly it's what we expect out of ourselves, and you know Danny's not the only one to go through it. I think a lot of it has to do with the sport of boxing in general, man. We always forget that every punch to the head is technically a mild concussion, right? So it's a concussion-based sport. And we have to revitalize ourselves with oxygen. You've seen me in my camps and the oxygen therapy that I do. This helps. But sometimes after a fight, even though I know I should be in my hyperbaric chamber, I'm not in it because the fight's over, you know? And I started to learn that there's many things that happen with the excitement of the fight, that it ends up being this supreme rush of dopamine, right? I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast, and one of these fellas was spitting with Joe really on this dopamine trend, and you got the buildup of the fight, you got the preparation for the fight, you got the week of the fight, which ends up amplifying all the excitement. You know what I mean? Then you have the fight itself, right? Which at the end of the day, boom, it's everything all at once. And then the next day, whether you're in New York, Texas, Las Vegas, the rush is over. It's gone, So you get this surge of dopamine. If you won the fight, you feel this fulfillment. If you lost the fight, it's already starting to bring you down, right? But when your dopamines peak, and as they start to come back down, they don't come back down to baseline. They go deeper down, right? And so I had to realize, we go from a very strict diet, which to make weight, to make ourselves as athletic and as strong as we can be. And then after the fight, we get off of this diet. We start eating fried foods. We start eating junk foods. And it's really an accumulative effect with the dopamine and the poor diet, and the lack of oxygen circulating throughout the brain with recovery. We stop hitting the gym. We stop hitting the gym. We stop doing cardio. All right. Why does cardio make you feel so good? Because you're getting a rush of oxygen. Okay. So there's just this overall, and I learned this through the science. I learned this through the research. And this has only really come into my knowledge, even though I was semi-aware with oxygen therapy. This real dopamine effect has only come into my knowledge within the past year or so, So even after I just won my fight in February, I'm out in California. I go to wine country with my wife and my baby, and we do this beautiful road trip. We're going California. We're seeing all these beautiful mountains, this and that. For the first month, I'm kind of distracted. I'm enjoying myself, this and that. When I finally come back to Florida and there's nothing to do, and I'm sitting around, another month later, I realize I'm starting to feel depressed again, And that's when I really was like, this is a science. This is really happening. And it has to do with the oxygen. It has to do with the poor diet. It has to do with the lack of exercise, and, so we we need to have a better recovery after the fight. There needs to be something going on in your daily life. If you've seen one of my recent posts, I was at an ashram in North Carolina, Boone, and I got to meet Sri Sri Ravi Shankara, this amazing Guruji. And thanks to him, I have breath work that I do every single day. This breath work, it charges the body with positive oxygen, with the life force energy. That's what prana represents. It represents the breath of life, and it charges me every single day. And it literally is called the happiness course. It's one of the names that he's given it. It's called the happiness course. It really raises your vitality. So I'm very grateful. I think it was one of the best things that I did was a 5-day meditation retreat with 3 days of silence, every night at satsang, getting the words of the guru and trying to digest this knowledge and implement it into my daily life, into my daily practice. And so ever since then, that's where my diet has come from. Ever since the ashram, I haven't been eating meat. I haven't been eating eggs. I haven't done any intoxicants, drinking, very little caffeine. I've had like one energy drink when I was feeling down. That's about it, and I only drunk half of it. So I'm lowering my sugar intake, and, it's really up to us. It sounds so simple, but feeling good and feeling bad is a choice, and sometimes it's hard. It might sound rude to tell people that, especially people that are in such depths of depression, right? It doesn't sound proper, right? But if you have the choice to wake up and feel good or to wake up and feel bad, which one would you choose? So when you wake up in the morning, and when you hold on to regret, when you hold on to the past, nothing can benefit you. It's not going to benefit you. You have to take the opportunity that you have now and make the best out of what we have right here, right now. So, my heart goes out to Danny in that regard. I've been there. I've done that. Like I said, I just won and I still fell into depression. So this is real. You got young children getting depressed nowadays. Back in the days, kids weren't that depressed. They were outside, they were active. Nowadays, if they don't get 50 likes a day, they're already getting depressed. It has a lot to do with the dopamine receptors. It has a lot to do with our expectations. So you have to expect less from others, and you got to hold yourself accountable more. He said the pressure of being a father. He was a father before I was a father, but now I am a father. Now I understand that, but it's also a blessing, without feeling down. How are you going to remember to look up? So this life is always filled with contrast. But when you're down, you have to lift your spirit up and just know that it's temporary, that everything is impermanent, that is temporary. When the sun's not shining, it doesn't mean that the sun's never gonna shine, So having faith in that white light, having faith in the light at the end of the tunnel, knowing that we as human beings, we were put here by the divine, and that we have a power in us that can face all obstacles that we are presented with. Every mountain is here to be climbed. So that's my message to all the fighters. Actively recover, watch your diet, discipline yourself. We call it self-discipline. We do it to hit a goal. We do it for a means, and then we drop it. And I've struggled this my whole career. I was a big yo-yo fighter, boy, in camp, out of camp, on and off, like a light switch, But now, I'm waiting for the phone call, baby. I can be stressed out every day. Hey, ow, Why haven't they called me? Fox, where you at, Fox? Showtime. Somebody, please call Keith Thurman. Where's my fight? Where's my contract? You know what I'm saying? I can be stressed out all that I want to be, but I don't want to be stressed out. I want to be grateful for all that I have, for the beautiful wife, for the beautiful daughter, for my supportive family, and just know that, you know, it might take a little longer, but I still am Keith one-time Thurman. I still am one of the most exciting, realest fighters in the welterweight division, 154. Whatever I do, when I come into the ring, I bring entertainment, I bring action, and I bring over 26 years of fight experience into the ring. This is the life that I live, the path of a warrior, you know, and my journey's not over. I only have one time, and this time is still being continued. I haven't announced retirement. People, when Keith Thurman's inactive, I'm inactive. My mind's always on my next fight. You know, I can't stop thinking boxing. I'm addicted to the game, you know, and that's what Danny said too. He had to get back into the game. You know, no matter what he has in life, you know, he wants to fulfill that purpose. But as athletes and as fighters, we need to be ready to step out of this too. You know, we need to get mentally prepared for retirement, because the day will come. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but it is a part of our reality, you know? So in this moment, as we can continue to push ourselves and fulfill you guys with more entertainment and live this life that we all love and cherish, we just do that, you know? But we do have to be ready for that shift, you know? And we're many things. I'm a fighter, I'm a son, I'm a husband, I'm a father, you know? We're all out here actors. We have so many roles to play, you know? So it's up to us to do the things that we need to do and to try to go through this life experience as joyfully as possible, you know? When the devil's on your back, just be like, yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you, man. But I'm gonna shake you off real soon. Pop, pop, pop. I'm gonna shake you off real quick, you know? We all have the capacity to do those things, you know. So I heard that he never got professional help. You know, if he's really struggling, I advise him to go get some professional help, not with like pharmaceuticals, but like we're doing right now, just talk therapy. Find somebody that, you know, you can be under that umbrella of doctor-patient confidentiality, and let some of this out. You know, as men, how much do we hold in? You know, I don't down him for crying or sniffling on national television. You know, men that don't cry commit suicide. You know, we have all this pressure. We're expected to be a certain way, but we all came in through this life through the womb. We all came out here crying like little babies. You know what I'm saying? And we act so tough, so this and that, you know, but even the toughest of the tough, they have their moments where they know inside they feel very small. You know, this is just the dilemma of being a human being, you know? So, you know, mental health is very important in today's day and age, man. And I hope he gets the help that he needs.
Yeah, I think he's going to appreciate that. And a lot of fighters are going to appreciate what you shared, as well as people that listen to this, Keith. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.